Hey guys, it's Average, welcome back to the channel, and today we're taking a look at Virtavia's Yakovlev Yak-52. It's a Soviet primary trainer, first flown in 1976. It was produced in Romania from 1977 to 1998 by Aerostar as the LAK-52, who gained manufacturing rights under the agreement within the former Comecon socialist trade organization. And no, I did check, Comecon is not a communist cosplay convention. Here's me thinking it's where, you know, Vladimir Putin, you know, cosplays as a human being. No, it's not. Comecon is a trade organization, sadly. It's hilarious, though, either way. It was designed as an aerobatic trainer, of course, for students in the Soviet Air Force training program. And it also did civilian sport pilots and military, too. It's used in the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale, the FAI, World Aerobatic Yak-52 competition. A popular powered aircraft one design aerobatic championship. Now, this aircraft, of course, spec-wise, the Aerostar built version, has a Virtavia M14 9-cylinder radial engine producing 360 horsepower, max speed of 154 knots, cruise speed of about 100 knots, and a stall speed of around 49 with flaps down. Her range is in the region of 300 nautical miles. Service ceiling is 13,000 feet. G limits are +7 and -5, which is pretty hefty for a radial powered aircraft like this. So, what do we get from the Virtavia model? VR ready, of course. WI sound pack with 3-stage engine sounds, canopy muting, switch clicks, other things. Detailed cockpit, relative. Toggleable crew, animated cowlings, and a manual. Now, this is a typical Virtavia release. We're going to have a quick look at it now. Both inside and out. In fact, we'll pop open the canopy first. You only get the 3 liveries. We're here at Sandown, by the way, on the Isle of Wight. This is Burning Blue Design Sandown. Including, yes, a Tornado cockpit there. A Bofors. I guess a rocket for the kids. A Black Arrow rocket in the restaurant area. A very British airfield, including the eponymous Land Rover fire trucks, of course. Quite a nice little spot, actually, this. Anyway, it's not what you're here for. You're here for the actual aircraft review. Exterior, very Virtavia. Textures are higher res than they have been, but they're still very low detail. So, like the Hampton, higher resolution, waiting for better quality liveries if you want to do those, but not that detailed. The bump mapping is improving, though. Interior-wise, she's both better and worse than they've done in the past. Oh, that is the pilot, I believe. It is. And that is the passenger. If we click here, we can have our Navcom radios pop up for us there. It's an improvement, but it's also not. There are some details that look better than they have in the past. Some look worse. It doesn't look... I don't think it looks as good as the Hampton. Also, our default cockpit position is here. Off to the side. You have to go one tick over to be right in the middle, which is weird. But we'll go to our checklist, we'll get started. So parking brake is on. Battery switched on. Battery's on. Navigator's on. Throttle is to idle. That is right there where it is now. Fuel is in. Props are in. Engine shutters open. Oil shutters open. So those 2 there. Fuel shutter forward. It is. Primer twice. Mags to position 2. They are in position 2. Engine starter button. You see, it says to put that in the forward position, but the back position is actually fuel on. Forwards is cut off, which is weird. Because technically even the arrow there says fuel forward, right? And pulling it back would be cutting off the fuel. But you have to have it back for the fuel to function. So a glitch there in this aircraft. You have to have the fuel off for it to be on. So we've got a ventilation slider down there. We've got flaps here, so we'll go to our first notch on the flaps for takeoff. Those flaps are entirely under the edge of the wing here. Very spindly landing gear. So, obviously we've got Navcom radios here. Accelerometer there, and some very rudimentary icons on here, which is real to what the aircraft has. Let's see if the AI co-pilot's turned off. We'll get rid of him. We don't want him to bother us. Right, without further ado, parking brake is released. My head switched on. Move ourselves over one notch till we're there. The sounds are not atrocious. They're definitely interesting. They're definitely interesting, that's for sure. Now, she can be a little bit ratty on takeoff from my quick testing. Very loud with the cockpit open. Nose wheel steering not very effective. Also, the speedometer is in kilometers an hour like the real one. So, 100 is... We're at 50% throttle until we get to there, then we're at 75%. Peel the nose up and away. It's a very... Wind rush is quite nice. Let's get that gear up, shall we? The weird thing is it actually mutes it in the outside too, which is unusual. I didn't think I'd mute the sounds on the outside when I closed the canopy. Yes, the gear don't fully retract. Welcome to the Yak. Watch this. If I open this, it gets louder outside. I think that's a bug. This feels much closer to a direct port to the FSX one. According to their manual, the improvements over the FSX version include... or is it here? It's in the manual. 3D model gauges, cockpit ring, glass effects, better cockpit glass distressing, new engine sounds, new knob, switch lever knob sounds, graphic improvements in the cockpit, improved bump mapping. Those are the improvements over the FSX version, which means it's not a lot different. It is £20, so it is the first Virtavia aircraft to release that is cheaper than everything else. It's been coming out for like 22, 23 euros. This is a hold your horses. It's 20 euros. So it got cheaper, which is one of the things I've been suggesting they should do. I think they'd sell a lot more copies if they actually halved the price they've been asking. Maybe not even half, maybe 15. I'd take 15. But for 20, it's still asking too much for what is essentially less aircraft than some of the other offerings. Now she's aerobatic, and the roll rate is not amazing, but it's not terrible. Let's go up here. Round we go. Let's bring her back over the field here. I wonder what she's like inverted. Not a big fan of inverted flight. She's not bad at it, but she's not a fan. I'm going to hold her up there, smacking into my controls. We'll do a low pass over the runway here. She does maneuver quite well once you pull the power. Now we're not going to do any knife edge runs down the runway length like we are in an extra. But she's not unreasonable in terms of performance. But the sound is definitely quite intermittent. It goes between lots to less to less to more. And it is definitely three-stage engine sounds. Like there's definitely like one lot, you get past a point to the throttle and suddenly it's louder. So it's quite unusual in that regard. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. I have liked other aircraft that released a lot more. I've flown the Hampton quite a bit since it came out, and like I said, if you made a Blenheim Mark IV, I'd probably fly a lot of that. Same with the Beaufort, or a Beaufighter. If those got done, I'd probably be really interested in that. But they haven't, which is, of course, a problem. Those are ones I definitely like. This is not that. This is most certainly not that. Let's bring around for a pattern approach and we'll come into land. Now, stall speed's about 50, so we want to make sure we're keeping us a little more balanced here. That'll be our knots side, so we want to keep that about the 100 mark is our stall speed. We'll go below that. Let's bring around here on a downwind. A little bit high. This thing drops like a rock when you power off. No spoilers, but look at this big engine on the front. That big radial there. Now, I could be doing Slav Angel again. I could have brought out the Russian pilot here. Arguably, I was going to, but it's 4 in the morning. I'm tired. And whilst I haven't brought her out, she's in the back seat. So she's going to land the plane for us. Okay? I know you just had the SU-27 video. But you know what? She's willing to help us here. Okay? Okay, are you all settled? Excellent. So don't mind me, I'm just going to sit in the back here and fly the plane. Back cockpit is instruments also work here, which is good. Check around for tractors. There are no tractors, especially ACT tractors. Those things, pesky airplanes. But everything back here is fine, so I'm going to bring her down for base turn. We power off, and just like Soviet economy, when you take off foot off gas, it collapses. Look at the speed bleeding off the gear coming down. We'll go to 2-notch flaps. And look at the speed, it's coming down very quickly. Just like supply of food in Soviet supermarket. Okay. And we'll bring her around for final turn. Maybe a little bit on the high side, but not awful. We bleed speed in the turn. And it is uphill runway, so it'll be okay. A little over the top, but I can't see very much because I'm in the back seat. And some dumb bitch is heading in the way in the front of me. I'm flying all over the place, don't mind me. It's fine. A little quick here, but we're going to bleed this off. Probably. Check the gears down. Hold the nose. That is nice and easy. Let's let her settle in here. And we are down. Smooth as butter. Oi! Suka, steady, steady, steady! No! Niet? Calm down. Did I land too fast? Yes, I did. But I kind of want to get this back on the ground, because I don't really want to fly it much more. It's kind of a mess. I can naturally open independently the back cockpit, so that is nice. I would not recommend from flying back here. It's quite confusing for you if you don't do it very often. I have never landed this plane from back cockpit, so probably should have done that earlier, especially with how misty the glass is. It makes seeing very difficult. And somehow everything seems a lot faster back here. I don't know why. See, if I move back to the front, it does not seem as fast all of a sudden. It's like perspective is changed because I'm now in back seat. Who knows why? How I have swapped with the English bitch, I don't know. But I'm here and she is not, so whatever, you have to deal with it. You thought you were going to get me for the whole review because it is a Russian aircraft, therefore you'll get Slav Angel the whole time? No, she is not here. She is here now because she's going to end this off. Because this is not Slav Angel approved aircraft. Many have reviewed or not also, I admit this, but this case it is kind of a me. Look, it sounds like tractor, like you will yak, but it's kind of just like nothing, then lawnmower, then tractor. Right, cut the fuel, we'll taxi in here without engine, we don't need engine. We'll let it roll in here to a parking spot, and we'll just hit the brakes and call it good. Arguably, whilst it is cheaper, it is token amount cheaper than other aircraft, which is not good enough, frankly. This is a €10 aircraft at most. Really nothing more than that. It has a lot of bugs, notably, of course, fuel lever position. The glass is too milky on the inside, and perspective is weird in the back. Some of its behavior is a little odd. Some switches don't work the way they're meant to work, and the sound's too steppy. Yes, it has quite good sounds, but they need to be smoother in terms of blending rather than kind of wacko. Okay? I say it is good if you really want to have a yak, otherwise don't bother. But it's your money, you do what you want with it. Right, thank you, I'll take it from here. As she said, Thanks for watching. Bye.